Good morning, class 10th. Yesterday I started your chapter second topic, that is endocrine system, which is the system which is composed by the glands and the hormones secreted by them. So, yesterday I told you about the pituitary gland, I guess, and thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. Now I'll discuss with you the other gland, that is thymus, pancreas, adrenal gland, ovary, and testis. Now let us see what is adrenal gland, where it is located, and what are the functions of the adrenal gland. This adrenal gland is basically known as emergency gland. Why it is known like this? Because its function is to prepare your body during the emergency conditions like when you met any accident, when suddenly you fall, when you get nervous. At that time, what the kind of the reactions your body gives, like you start getting sweat, your breath rate starts to increase, your heartbeat starts to increase. So that is, these are the responses during the emergency conditions, and these responses are being given by these are being controlled by the adrenal gland, which actually it is formed by two parts, that is the adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. Adrenal cortex is the outermost covering of the gland, and adrenal medulla is the innermost part of the gland. So basically this adrenal gland releases so many hormones. Around 50 hormones are being secreted by this gland, which regulate your body, or which prepare your body during the stress conditions. So let us see where it is located. So you have seen this on the kidneys, on left and right kidneys. There are these gland, left and right adrenal gland is present. These glands are also known as suprarenal gland, and this I think I have told you in excretory system also. So you can see here that this is the cortex part, that is the outermost part. Inner part is known as medulla. This part, cortex part, is very important because it releases so many hormones, and without the cortex your body cannot remain alive, because most of the hormones are being released by the cortex only. You can see here that adrenal gland hormones are, the adrenal cortex releases cortisols, corticosterone, cortisons, aldosterone, and androgens. These are some of the hormones. Means I have told you that 40 hormones are being released. These are some of the hormones released by the adrenal cortex. And adrenal medulla releases two hormones, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine. Let us see what are the functions of these hormones. So basically glucocorticoids, as the name suggests, glucocorticoids are the kind of the cortisols. I just told you the hormone name, cortisols. These hormones are responsible for the metabolism of the glucose in your body during the response of stress. When your body is having stress, then your body needs more energy. At that time, these hormones convert the that is glucose present in your body, and this is converted into the sugar. So that is, and this hormone, this glucocorticoids or the cortisol hormones are being stimulated when the pituitary gland releases the ACTH, that is a adrenocorticotropic hormone. When this hormone released, then this glucocorticoids are being released by the adrenal gland, and that prepare your body for the stress conditions and for anti-inflammatory actions also. Inflammation is basically a swelling. When there is a swelling, after some time you see that the swelling becomes normal. That is due to these cortisols um, convert the glucose into the normal ones, and that is how the swelling becomes normal. Okay, so this is the function of glucocorticoids. Then there is a hormone which is known as mineralocorticoids. These are also known as, their name is aldosterone. Aldosterone basically maintains the level of sodium and potassium in the body, because mineral oil, that as the name suggests, these are responsible for the absorption of the minerals or the salts. These sodium that is present in the your body, it is being reabsorbed by the nephrons, and potassium, which is not required, if it is not required in your body, it is excreted, it is not being reabsorbed, it is excreted in the urine. So mineralocorticoids or the aldosterone, these regulate the salt level or the mineral level in your body. Basically these are responsible for the sodium and potassium ions balance in your body. Because these hormones are responsible for the blood pressures also, so you can say that their means this hormone also regulates the your blood sugar level, blood pressure level in your body. Then it also releases some sex hormones, and these sex hormones are basically androgens, which are formed in the males only, and these are produced when you reach the puberty. So the starting of the at starting phase, these hormones are released, which make your which prepare your body for the adolescence. Then comes adrenal medulla. As I told, it is the innermost part. It releases two hormones. Epinephrine is also known as adrenaline, and noradrenaline, that is known as norepinephrine. These two hormones are being released, and their function is to prepare your body in two terms. That is, when your there is two kinds of nervous systems are present: autonomous nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. This autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is the nervous system which prepares your body for the sudden reactions. So for that, when your body is having increased heart rate, and your pupil size increases, your breath rate increases, that is being controlled by the adrenaline gland, adrenaline hormone. And to prepare your body, to make your body to get over all these stress conditions, and to make your body to the original form, to the normal form, that is being done by the noradrenaline, that is also known as norepinephrine. So basically these two hormones are responsible for the sympathetic and parasympathetic responses, which I'll discuss with you once I'll discuss the nervous system with to you. Now comes the next gland, which is known as pancreas. So pancreas is basically a mixed gland. As I told you, it is having both kind of function. It releases hormones as well as it releases digestive enzymes also. So this endocrine part of the pancreas can be divided into some cells. It is made up of some cells, and this is very important part, because this question comes. Alpha cells are present in the pancreas, which release glucagon hormone. Beta cells are present in the pancreas, which secrete the insulin hormone, and delta cells are present in the pancreas, which secrete somatostatin hormone. So this one is very important, because this is being asked many times, that from where the insulin is formed, or what are the beta cells. So beta cells are the cells present in the pancreas, endocrine region of the pancreas, that release the insulin hormone. The formation of insulin is being done by that beta cells. So location wise, this in digestive system also, I have told you that pancreas is found underneath the stomach, near the liver and spleen. So function of the glucagon and insulin is, when the blood sugar level is very low, at that time glucagon increases the glucose level. When the blood sugar level is less, at that time insulin uh, uh, when the glucagon increases the blood sugar level, when the glucose level is low, at that time it increases the glucose level. When the glucose level is very high, at that time insulin decreases the glucose level in your body. And how it has been done, let me see. Okay, so this is being done when there is more glucose in your body, at that time this insulin this insulin stops the conversion of the glucose in the body, that is carbohydrates are not being oxidized. At that time this glucose level lowers. When the glucose level is high, at that it is very low, at that time glucagon goes there, or it releases the glucagon hormone, which starts the oxidation process of the carbohydrates, and more glucose is formed, and this manner the level of glucose and glucose is maintained in your body. So glucagon is basically, it is responsible for the, both are responsible for the conversion of glucose by the conversion of glucose by the sugars or the fatty acids. So that is being done at the time of whenever it is required, at that time, and the kind of hormone is released. When your body is having diabetes, that is also due to the insulin. Somatostatin is a hormone which is being released by the hypothalamus part of the it is also produced by the hypothalamus part of the brain, and their function is to means to stop the secretion of insulin and glucagon. Okay, and it also stops the secretion of growth hormone, which is released by the pituitary gland. So this hormone is secreted when there is no requirement of the sugar balance. At that time somatostatin is released to stop the production of insulin and glucagon. Then comes a gland which is known as pineal gland. It is around 10 millimeter long. This you can see. So basically this gland is basically this how gland is becomes means it matures at the maturity. In starting age it is not being developed. After some time, when you reach the later half of your life, at that time this gland becomes normal, and this gland is not well developed in the children. That is why they are not able to see the difference between the day and night, because their function of pineal gland is to release the melatonin. Melatonin is basically a kind of a substance which regulates your sleep cycle, that is when to sleep, when it is night, when it is day. That is being recognized, or that is being controlled by this melatonin hormone, which is released by the pineal gland. And it also has some role in the reproduction capacity also. So that is why it is more developed in the adolescence age. Then comes the testes and ovary. Testes and ovary, these both are together known as gonads. These are the organs present in the male and female. In female, this ovaries are present. In males, testes are present, and these are parts of the reproductive system. The ovaries produce estrogens and progesterones. These are two hormones which are responsible for the development of sex organs, the growth of the female body after adolescence. That is being done by the estrogens and progesterone. And one more hormone is released by the ovaries, which is known as relaxin. This hormone is responsible for preparing the female body for the childbirth, because it softens the connective tissue present in the uterus at that time, so that the uterus wall becomes normal, or it relaxes easily, and the birth of child can becomes easier. So that is being done by the ovaries and by the hormone relaxin. And then testes are present, which are the male gonads, and this hormone this gland releases two hormones, testosterone and inhibin. Testosterone is responsible for the growth which occurs after the during the adolescence age. The same like the body structure and the reproductive organs, the growth, their growth is controlled by the testosterone. Inhibin is a kind of hormone which actually controls the production of the sperm. Okay, whenever the sperm are totally mature, at that time it inhibits the follicle stimulating hormone when to get the sperms be ready to be released outside. So that is the function of inhibin. So here just I just want to show you where these are present. This is the female reproductive system. So ovaries are located here. This you have studied in class 8th also. In these are connected to the fallopian tube or the ovary duct. And and this male reproductive system is this one, and testes are located here in this region in the scrotum cavity, and their function I told you already. Now comes the last gland, which is known as thymus gland. This thymus gland is present in, as I told you, it is present in between the lungs and heart. This thymus gland releases a hormone which is known as thymosin, and this thymosin produces the T cells, or these cells, or these are kind of a white blood cell WBCs. This is a type of WBCs which are released by the thymosin hormone. This hormone gives you anti-aging response, and it also gives you immunity. Okay, your body becomes immune due to this thymus gland, which releases thymosin hormone. So during your infancy or the childhood, this gland is not completely matured. As you mature by ages, this gland also becomes matured, and at that time it starts giving you responses that you get immunity by this, and you are able to fight off the diseases due to this gland, and it also give you anti-aging responses. So now this all these glands endocrine system is completed. If you have any query, then ask me during the class. From next turn, I'll start your next topic, that is the nervous system, and in that I'll discuss with you the different components of the nervous system and the structure of brain. If you it will be good if you just read it out from your book and then watch my video, then you will be able to understand it in a more clear way. Thank you, class.